Hey, my name is Alex Davis III, and I created a web page for my old high school, Butler Traditional High School, and there's a lot going on here. And so to explain it better, I'm going to pass it off to myself to talk to you more about it in greater detail. And hello again, this is still Alex Davis III, except for this time I'm in front of my laptop computer. I'm going to show you my reimagining of the Butler Traditional High School website. Right here and now. There it is. This is a page built with the future of the web in mind, and what I mean by that is mobile first design. You'll see a whole lot of information on one singular page. A lot less clicks, faster for the user to get to, big space, big wide areas for easier readability, and of course responsiveness. Notice how it went from double to single columns as I got smaller. Take a look at this up here, the little hamburger menu that when clicked or tapped brings up a little drop down, which means that it just shows hidden list items in this format. And the rest of the page is also responsive alongside with it. Everything responsive along the lines with it. Clicks, whenever you click anything, it does work. If you were to click this on your phone, it would pull up your dialer automatically. This would open up your default email client, and this actually pulls up a Google Maps location for how to locate the facility. And if you go all the way back up, we also have a little modal here of information that will fill the entire screen, or at least most of it anyway, with the information about the mission, values, and purpose of Butler Traditional High School. Now, when we bring it back out again, I would like to tell you that this is made possible by, well, with the help of the Foundation framework from Zurb and with slick.js, which is a JavaScript framework that makes this happen. It helps make it easier to happen, I will say. I chose Foundation mainly because I liked the top bar navigation here. Of course, this is customized to give a different color, and the hover effect is something that I've put in myself. At least I've modified it myself. But I like the top bar. I like how it responds whenever it does get to a smaller screen size. Makes it that much less of a hassle whenever we are dealing with responsive design. And I like the grid system, again, because of how easy it is to configure for responsive design, mobile first design. Essentially what that means is they have taken care of a lot of the media breakpoints that help make a page nice and responsive across many different device screens. And I keep using responsive. What that means is whenever you're on a screen this small, the experience won't be terrible. You'll have a customized experience built just for the screen size, meaning that you won't have to worry about a bunch of problems dealing with a design built for a big screen, trying to fit that into a smaller screen. The big things I want to illustrate here, that's another terminal, is the limited amount of use of JavaScript on purpose. First and foremost, this is some hidden JavaScript that I tried to use on my own because I had the idea of making sections hidden at first and then having them fade in with a nice little fade in effect. The problem with that though was that it was affecting the page load time, and it was very laggy overall. It provided no purpose to the page, and it was really just there to provide flash where flash and bells and whistles weren't necessary. So what this page is now, it's a nice little initialization page for Foundation and for Slick. Now Slick, however, was configured, of course, through means of
JSON or JavaScript objects. And for instance here, we can go down to Slick Student. This is how the student section is configured. It's set to autoplay. It's set to scroll at about 6,000 milliseconds, which is what, 6 seconds just about. You have dots down there to let you know what section you're on. It's draggable, meaning that you're able to scroll across sections with your finger or your thumb, and these kinds of things. But essentially, this is the main purpose of the JavaScript file. It is not necessary to have a lot or really much at all JavaScript on this page because of the content provided. Let's close that out. With regard to the CSS, however, there is a lot of CSS here, and I will just want to show you that through here. Slick. This is something that comes with the plugin for nice styles and such like that. But this is where my stuff comes in. I have staff names, staff titles, and such like that, which is great. But the important part is this, the EM. You'll see a lot of EMs looking through my CSS. You'll also find a few percentage signs. I have these instead of pixels because EMs and percentages are built for, dynamic web pages, while these are for static. If we use pixels only, more than likely when we make this page smaller, we'll see a whole lot of bleed through. So we'll see lots of text overlapping with images. We'll see text overlapping itself. More than likely this will not work as it's supposed to. A lot of other problems. But with the use of EMs and percentages and even REMs, which are relative, of course, in name, like all the rest of them, but REMs are just based on the HTML, while EMs are based on font size here in the body, but of the parent. I'm sorry. But the main reason for why we use EMs and percentages is for responsive design. I did also configure the main Foundation.css in the rows section because the rows were a bit wide for me. So what I've done was I shrunk it up a little bit and gave it 80.5 REMs rather than having it at 67 EMs, meaning that these sides here on the left and right sides, when I pull this down, are actually a bit smaller than the default. I didn't really like the default size, so I went into the main Foundation CSS and changed it around. This is also done with CSS. It is simply using a hover effect there. So whenever we hover over a list item, then the background color will change to red, which is the same kind of red also used in the background here. Now, again, I want to stress that the main purpose of this page is to make it easier for the user to come by, get its information, and leave much faster than having to click here and go to another page, click here, go to another page. Have everything on one central landing page. So that way they're happy and good to go. And that is a bus outside. Wonderful. Future addition to the page, however, I would like to add a section here that will allow the user to choose a subject, such as math, and when that subject is chosen, a list of items will pop up of teachers who teach that subject. That's something I want to add. I do also want to add more for accessibility, meaning I want to make these a bit better for individuals who are a bit hard of seeing, and a few other things similar to that. Also, there is I believe there's a broken image here somewhere. I have to find it, but I may want to get that fixed up as well. That's going to be something I want to add on there as well. But that's nowhere near an exhaustive list of things I want to fix for this page, things I want to add, things I want to do with the Butler reimagining page. Oh, of course, I want to make sure this actually goes somewhere. Since this is all front-end work, whenever you do type in something, for instance, here, and here, and here, it doesn't go anywhere. That is mainly because of the fact that this is front end, and there is no back end server side things PHP, so there's no functionality here. This is still a reimagining mock-up type design. But with all that said, I'm very proud of what I've achieved here, and I hope that that further down the line, this will become one of the best, if not the best, school websites of all time, because it is, once again, my home school, my home high school. I love it very much, and I love this project very much. I love the fact of how I made this a thing. And there you are. This is the webpage. Oh, one more thing before I forget. I would like to make another further feature in the future, being that I want to be able to emphasize the fact that you can indeed slide things over. If that's not stressed, most people probably will not even attempt to slide their finger across different sections to watch it be a thing. So I think bringing that point home will be something else I want to add in the future. With that said, this is my project for Butler Christian High School. My name is again Alex Davis, and I hope that you had fun watching this, as I have had a lot of fun making the project a reality. Thank you.
Well, in the future, I do see myself as a junior web developer and expanding my skills from there. Also, I foresee myself as a full stack web developer, which means I learn more on the front end side and the back end side of web development. My name is Alex Davis III, and see you later.